It's just the rats.
They're locking me in and forcing me to beat enemies to progress. Does this make this a character action game?
Technically. No, the monster part!
I'm doing that to be funny.
The monster part argument is one thing, but I'm sorry. Just use your amiibos!
Oh, damn it. No, I can fully turn around. Ha! Oh, you do need to charge it a little.
Yeah.
Because you do need to charge it. How strong is that? Probably one-shot them. Oh, damn it.
Yeah, it's what, like, what? It's like 3 watas.
Foot dive. Foot dive.
It's like 3 or 4 watas.
Or we can do this. Think game, just stand there. Just stand there like a dumbass.
My point! And so many people didn't get why I got hung up on this. Because not everyone that played Breath of the Wild had...
Not everyone had $200 of amiibos.
Exactly! And I'm sorry, you can't straight-face look at me! And if this is so many years removed, I will continue to make fun of this type of logic. Oh, money isn't the problem. Just use like 50 amiibos like I have. It's like, you have 50 amiibos. Good for you. I don't have 50 fucking amiibos. Like, not everyone has enough amiibos to chuck. Jesus, okay.
Damn it, you have to fucking charge. If one of those is better.
Yes. Good thing she missed. My point, and I will, be an ass for a minute. Instead of talking about the game, it's just talking about my ramble. Like,
hey, there's not a lot to talk about.
If you have amiibo,
we don't have a lot to talk about right now. It's Scooby-Doo and cultural appropriation.
If you have amiibos, using amiibos is a good way to get money and gems and stuff. But like,
I guess we're going this way. Ow. Oh, died in this children's game. Guess I'm a fraud now.
How many times did you die in Scooby-Doo and out of 100 Frieds due to your frivolous, risky bullshit?
I play like a fucking gorilla. I just ram into things that either they fall over or I do. I ain't a joke about that, but seriously, I play like a gorilla and I don't give a fuck. It would be a real dick move game to put more, like, food on this section and later parts, unless it's just that one at the beginning. Cause
I think it's the one at the beginning.
It better fucking be, because the rest are...
No, never mind.
That's bullshit.
There's multiple paths, and you got...
That's why I'm like, that is fucking bullshit.
Because you got the one... Now, to be fair, because I don't remember where all the stuff is, because it has been a minute, I think the food in this part is... But, like, it seems like the food...
To be fair, it was actually in between the splits.
Yeah. One more point about the amiibo thing. Like, having a bunch of amiibo can solve money problems, but like, you can't straight face look at me and say that. And even the one guy, to be fair, I believe he only had technically like 2 or 3, but it's like, Not everyone has amiibo!
And I will be fair, and if they're like, oh, you only need like 2 amiibo, it's one of those, it's not, you know, that.
But
like,
you're still saying...
It's not that expensive, but it is still dumb where you're saying to fix this problem you need an outside factor.
Yes. Gotta frame lock him.
You know, just scum it out,
If you just circle around...
Apparently the roll is God tier. Oh, I never knew that as a child.
As you can say, we're on a roll. You rolled, you knocked him down, you beat the shit out of him.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep on rolling, rolling, rolling. Ooh, 26.
So fucking... Spamming like that is also God tier for a radically different reason.
Because these are rats, if they die in one hit, so I don't need to do it against them. I can do it against bigger enemies, because rats being smaller, they're actually harder to hit, so... Bitch.
This is just a...
Seems like it's just rats.
I believe it's...
Oh, damn it.
Oh,
There,
no.
there they are. Damn it. Come on. Damn it. Ah, shit. As I get more health, this will become less of a problem.
Checkpoints are fine.
Yes, checkpoints are fine. I don't have any lives, and as I get more health, I can continue to play more and more recklessly. Like, I just play like a fucking gorilla.
After the grassy glide nerf, you know? You see, it's funny because McKillick...
Okay, fine. At that point, if it's Scarlet and Violet, you don't play like a gorilla. We play like an ogre.
There you go.
Especially because I think with the 20% boost, Grassy Glide is basically back to its normal power for her.
What's actually funny about that, even Rillaboom using it, if you're accounting for like the stab and the grassy terrain, you get to 70.1. It's like...
But that's also one of those, and you know, this shows how big of a nerf that was. It's 70 like 0.1 after all the nerfs and after like all the buffs and shit, whereas before it was like 90.1 or like 95. I crank through everything. Come on, there's one more. Ooh.
Gonna be one rat. Yep. You got him. How do you play this game? There are no lives, Reckless Abandon, Garden.
Especially as I increase my health. Again, I can just play like a fucking gorilla.
Dive kick! Dive kick! It's like the game Dive Kick.
Yes.
Or it was a parody fighting game where everyone only has one move.
And it's okay, now you technically have two. You technically have 2 moves: dive and kick. Because you don't even walk. It's a 2-button game, and they made a controller for it.
Yeah.
Hey guys! Ooh, what's that smell?
You know, like that's the smell of fear, Velma. Fear! As well as fish, rotten eggs, stale rice, and, I do believe tarragon.
Has anyone seen Daphne?
They were hanging out in the sewers.
Yes.
It sounded like it was coming from the temple. This looks like a bell you'd find in a temple. This is a counterweight, used in emergency stairs. Maybe those stairs lead to Zentuo's hideout. This is a pakla, an important symbol in Taoism. It could be a key to some hidden secret.
I'm kind of amazed they were actually allowed to say that.
Nah,
It's something you don't see every day.
I gotta pee.
I'm going to go out to Shaggy for a
Yeah.
minute to...
You play, I pee.
Have you got any food?
just throw all of it in. More help. I believe if you're missing help as well. Oh, come on, if I hadn't missed the one fucking ingredient.
Like, come back to see me if you find any more food, okay?
Though a funny thing, though a like really funny thing with this game is that I like might actually like genuinely try to avoid it as much as possible. I think it is. Yeah, the one outfit like that medallion. What that does is also. What that medallion does, I believe, now when you get the Kung Fu costume, instead of it being the Kung Fu costume, it's a ninja, which doesn't have the dive kick. The dive kick is replaced with this, like, shockwave slam move, which is slower. But while it's slower, the funny thing about that move, if I remember correctly, despite being slower, meaning I guess if you're speedrunning, you don't, you know, want to pick that up unless you're going for 100% or whatever. That shockwave move was the hell is that bell? Because it's like a slam that causes a shockwave. While it's not as fast, it's like all encompassing, and because you know it's a shockwave, you're not going to like take damage from enemies running into it. So it's one of those funny. Technically, it's better as an attack, worse in terms of movement. But again, I'm not trying to speedrun, so I don't need the dive kick too. I don't need the dive kick to speedrun, plus, like I said, the whole going to actually try to... One thing of food, I can actually get the... It should fill... It should fill it enough to... Yes!
Like bring more ingredients, and I'll like make more recipes.
Okay, now I need to find this fucking stairs. I do kind of wish these had a map. Oh, I got the rhythm down! Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep on rolling, rolling, rolling. I believe the area was the bell. I think it's actually closer to the direction the game wants me to. Yeah, it's actually closer to the direction the game wants me to go for. Good progression. Start with the stairs.
Hey, Scooby.
Yeah. Oh no, it's the bell that just opened up the progression one. Okay. I had to go around the overworld to pick up shit anyway.
I know.
Because of the, like, funny...
Yeah, it's what the
because
whole...
of the funny thing of...
You were playing, so I just left to go pee. It's fine.
I was also wondering that...
I don't have to be in here to record. Carson's playing the game. I can just walk off. Which is what happened. I left. It's fine. We've done that before.
Yeah.
Recording's still going.
I'm still doing it. Go, go, go. Might it be because of the dock and the music sounding like vaguely similar, but the stage is making me think of Sonic Unleashed. Because I believe one of the Chunnan stages in the Wii version was on a dock.
Ice cream will own you.
Oh, and wait, apparently if it's safe to... Okay, yeah, roll is just God tier.
Ice cream will own you.
Pessimists beware.
Ice cream, that was it, yeah. Pessimists beware, ice cream will own you. That was,
Because the internet has no chill. Certain copies of Unleashed leaked a week before the game was supposed to come out. So because they leaked, Sega was taking down all of the footage, but because in ye olde days of YouTube and certain things weren't as automated, they had to actually, I believe, manually find the videos and shit. So that's why people named the opening cutscene that, because if they're searching for Unleashed, they ain't gonna find that.
yeah. It was that ice cream, yeah, so roll is God here.
Also, I think I just knocked them off.
It was that ice cream.
Which, is he on a lower level? Because it's one of those, well, you can just kind of yeet them off the ledge. At the same time, I need the flubber.
Mother.
Same thing.
No.
It's a parody of a flubber, so I'm just going to call it flubber to be funny.
It was Pessimists beware, ice cream will own you. And it was just a cutscene. God, that was it. That was 2008. We're old.
Yeah, funny, a year before I stopped playing this game, apparently. Unless the clock was fucked up for whatever reason and it actually wasn't, 2009 and the date and time on the Wii guy
It's still
messed
fucking...
up, and it was actually 2 or 3 years later.
Regardless, this was still many a year ago.
Yeah.
Good old Sonic Unleashed.
Though because of, mobile games and shit, I don't think we've had a, Scooby-Doo game on consoles in, fucking years at this point.
I'm pretty sure no.
I think the last one was on, the Wii.
It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, how many of you agree with the point I was making about that argument that all you need to get money in Breath of the Wild is a couple of amiibos? Now, I will be fair and say when Breath of the Wild was new, it technically wasn't that hard to get a few amiibos, but you still needed to go out and buy those, and not everybody went out and bought amiibos. So the fact that this motherfucker had the audacity to basically say that my money problem was non-existent because of the fact that he thought, oh, you can just use amiibos, it's so simple. Then you just sell all the rare gems. Then you get all the money you'll ever need. I don't see what the problem is. Just use amiibos and sell the gems. It's so easy. You're an idiot. Either he was being an idiot and didn't realize his tip was bad, or what was likely the case, because of how this guy acted, he was likely doing it as a level of trolling so that he could indirectly gloat about having all these amiibos, because he apparently had enough amiibos to break the economy in the game. And because of how this guy acted, I could actually see him offering that tip simply because he wanted to piss people off when they realized that he had enough amiibos in order to do this, but now is not inherently the time to talk about that. I will finish my point. You should never need amiibos to solve a problem in a game like Breath of the Wild. So the moment you technically need them, I feel like the game design is bad. And Tears of the Kingdom does the same thing. You do not get enough money or materials in order to get what you need. And a few people will defend that and say that the point of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom was to grind and work your way up to having good stuff, and people will say without having a grind that the game falls apart and ends up kind of pointless. But I will be this person, I'm sorry, an artificial grind is not good game design. It's just a tedious waste of time in order to make the player waste their time, so that you pad out your game design by making the player do pointless, repetitive bullshit that takes hours. And Tears of the Kingdom finally made people realize how stupid the economy in these games are, because you do not get anywhere near enough money without grinding. And I know Carson will now chime in and basically say that in a personal playthrough of Breath of the Wild, he was trying to test the money thing, and his solution is what most people said to do anyway, which is beat up a bunch of monsters and sell enough monster parts to basically afford one or two big things, because it is technically more than possible to use monster parts as a buffer until you can finally start hunting. And once you can start hunting, you can sell big meat dishes for a lot of money per dish. And then the grinding loop for money becomes you getting arrows, getting a couple of bows, getting all the meat, cooking the meat, and selling the food. At that point, you get a large amount of money, but that does not remove the tedious amount of material grinding that needs to happen in order to upgrade armor. And I stand by my tirade. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom force you to grind for no reason other than creating a grinding loop that pads out the game, because if you remove the grinding, these games are kind of limited in scope and actually not as big as you might think. And by forcing the player to grind, that basically means the player will not be able to unlock stuff without arbitrary amounts of gameplay. And it does make me happy that people are finally starting to realize that these games are kind of bad, because they withhold resources simply to force you to grind, and the grinding only exists so that the grinding exists. It's grinding that exists for the sake of grinding, so that you get in a grinding loop, so that the gameplay makes you do something, even though what you're doing is essentially repetitive nonsense. And all of this is to try and hide upgrades and important stuff behind the fact that you cannot get any cool stuff without all these rare materials and hours of work. And in a lot of ways, it's not even super worth it. It's just excessive busy work. And I do agree with everyone at this point, and it's so funny that people finally see it this way, that all you're doing is wasting the player's time, and hiding important upgrades behind a system like this is also somewhat of a problem, because you do not scale up with the game. As the game becomes stronger, you need stronger weapons and armor, but stronger armor is entirely locked behind this upgrade system, and if you're playing the game legitimately, some of the hardest to get materials will take hours and hours of work just to get one piece of armor upgraded. But anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.